The honeymoon phase is over. At least it should be by now. Yeah, I was thinking it's been about 6 or 7 months since the release of Halloween 2018, and I wanted to kind of have some fun. I wanted to check in with you guys and see how you feel about it. Have your thoughts changed on Halloween 2018 now that the honeymoon phase has subsided? So, yeah, let's talk about it. Yeah. The Jedi should have ended. It's a fucking shit show. What you think you see, what you think you hear, that's what it's about. Mood and atmosphere. No, it's fucking garbage. It's garbage. Mood and atmosphere. Now that I really like. That's what I'm looking for. That's what I want to see. Hey folks, how you doing? Dave McRae here. So in this video, I just want to have some fun and I want to see where you guys are at. Check in with you guys and see how you guys are feeling about Halloween 2018 now that the honeymoon phase is long behind us. And yeah, it's been 6 or 7 months now since the release of that movie on Friday, October the 19th, 2018. And we've since had a lot of highly anticipated movies come along, like Us, like Pet Sematary, like Avengers Endgame. We got, John Wick 3 coming up this weekend. We got Aladdin next weekend. We got Godzilla the weekend after that. We got Child's Play. We got Toy Story. Halloween 2018 is an afterthought in the dust. So I thought now would be the perfect time to check in with you guys and see how you're feeling. Now, for those of you that don't know, I saw the movie 3 times. I saw it once right here in Toronto at the world premiere. I was also fortunate enough to see it at the Chinese Theater on Hollywood Boulevard in Hollywood, California, thanks to Lewis from the Nerd Report. Lewis, if you're watching, how you doing, buddy? And then I also watched it back in January or February, I think, right here on this channel. I did a live commentary for you guys. You can check that out. It's on my channel. And so that's it. I've seen it 3 times and I feel the same way about it. I feel the same way about it now as I did when I watched it for the first time at the world premiere. Nothing has changed. I gave it a C+, and that's pretty much how I feel about it still. And this is the general consensus of how I feel about it for those of you that don't know. The general consensus on Halloween 2018 for me is essentially that the movie is a fine, well-made movie, which works well as a modern slasher movie, but it's not a very good Halloween movie. And the reason for that is because for me, and this has nothing to do with unrealistic expectations, it has everything to do with when you tell me that this is a direct sequel to that original movie, not any of the other sequels, including the 1981 Halloween 2, this is a direct sequel to that first movie. There is a certain recipe and a certain flavor and a certain ingredient that that first movie has, which is why there never should have been a sequel anyway, but here we are, that is vitally important to carry over into a sequel because of how vitally important it is to the identity of everything that is Halloween and Michael Myers. And so there were certain, there were certain things in terms of continuity, in terms of the cinematic style, the camera angles, the lighting, and I'm not talking about drenching everything in blue. A lot of people, you're not going to drench everything in blue, dude. It doesn't make any sense. The lack of nuance in the world of fandom never ceases to amaze me. But there were certain things that I was expecting to see, and I don't think those are unrealistic expectations because of how vitally important they were. They almost acted as a couple of characters in that original film that was essentially non-existent in this movie. And a big one was atmosphere and mood, which just was not there, or any sort of real suspense. There were pockets of it, moments you go, oh, but as quickly as it came, it went. So it didn't work for me as a Halloween movie, and I gave it a C+. And I still feel the same way today as I did when I first saw it. I saw a movie full of missed opportunities, and it was fine for what it was. For me, the 2018 film was like going home again to revisit some old friends you hadn't seen in a while, and you share a weekend shooting the shit, having some laughs, sharing some, memories, and reminiscing, and then you go home. And that's what it was. I don't feel the need to go back and do that over and over and over and over and over again. I got my fix and I went home. And that's kind of how I feel about it. It was really cool to see the movie and go, oh, Jamie Lee Curtis is Laurie Strode. Oh, that's kind of awesome. Oh, this is so cool because she's talking about, oh, that's kind of neat. Oh, Nick Castle, that one little shot in the window. Oh, that's Nick Castle doing the head tilt. Oh my God, that's really cool because that's the first time that they're seeing each other in this movie. And that's kind of, very poetic because the last time they saw each other was in the last. That's really cool. John Carpenter's score. Oh, the shape hunts Allison. Boom, boom. It's like, oh, this is kind of cool. And then that's it. And I feel fine. And hey, James Jude Courtney, top notch Michael Myers. Really, really well done. But after that's all done and I leave, I'm like, it's fine. Like, I don't feel this. I don't know if you guys can hear that, but that's some thunder. It's been raining like a fucking cats and dogs, as they say, over the last 6 weeks here in Toronto and the GTA. So that's kind of how I feel about it. It's like, I don't, for me, I still feel like the 1981 sequel is the official sequel, the correct way that the series for me actually should have ended. Well, actually, you should have just have ended it after the first movie, but the sequel I don't mind. So that for me is kind of, and I still feel that way. And it's unfortunate because had the execution been different, had there been certain things carried over, it might have been a different ball game. So now I remember after seeing the Halloween sequel for the second time in Hollywood, I remember uploading a couple of videos after the fact because I was able to talk about it. I mean, I was able to talk about it after the world premiere, but I chose not to because I didn't want to ruin anything for you guys. And so after the movie was released to the masses and I chose to talk about it, I even said that this isn't a movie that I feel like I'm going to watch long term with a lot of legs. And I will probably end up watching Halloween 4 more than I'll ever watch Halloween 2018. And it's not because it's a bad movie. It's not a bad movie. It's not a bad movie. It's just not a good Halloween movie. And so I feel, and I said this, I said it wouldn't surprise me if others felt the same way. I don't see this movie entering the pop culture consciousness the way others have. Yeah, that's sort of how I feel about it. Nothing has changed for me. I own the movie because I wanted to have it in the collection because I think it's a nice sort of thing to have for the collection because of what it represents in terms of that's a cool, it's like a swan song, right? It's like, it's like a band getting back together, that you loved as a kid, and they did a swan song concert. Well, even if the concert wasn't great, you're still going to buy it because of what it represents in terms of that, not necessarily that the album is amazing. You know what I mean? So I did buy it. But it's not one I think when I watch Halloween 1, this is the question. When you watch Halloween 1, are you likely to watch Halloween 2? 1981, or are you likely to skip over that and watch Halloween 2018? Long term, maybe you're likely to watch the 2018 film right now because it's fresh and new and still kind of there. But long term, do you now consider the 2018 film officially canon? That's it. No, the 1981 sequel ceases to fucking exist. It's the 2018 film. That is what happened afterwards. That is the official sequel. That is what happened to Laurie Strode. Or do you still sort of gravitate towards the 1981 sequel? I would love to know. I want to see kind of where everybody is at. I find it really interesting to see where everybody is sort of, sort of feeling or to see how everybody is sort of feeling. And also tell me what has changed. If something has changed for you, comment below and let me know what has changed for you. What was it that maybe you really loved the first time you saw it or the second time you saw it, but now that you watch it again, you're kind of like, you know what? That is kind of weird, or that is kind of, now that the rose-colored, glasses have come off, what things have sort of kind of changed for you in that regard? As well, the opposite effect. Maybe something that really bothered you doesn't bother you so much anymore, and maybe you actually quite like. Comment below and let me know. I would really like to know. I'm fascinated where everybody is at. For me, nothing's really changed, but I want to know where you guys sit. Anyways, folks, my name's Dave McRae. Comment below and let me know your thoughts. If you want to follow me on Facebook, you can at facebook.com/manythingsdavemcrae. That's where I tend to post in the meantime and in between time when I'm not posting here. The links are all in the description. Go Raptors. They're playing the Milwaukee Bucks tonight. It's going to be a tough fucking series. It's a dinosaur versus a deer. You never know what's going to happen, folks. Going to watch that game tonight. All right, I'll talk to you guys soon. Cheers.